আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night.
Welcome back. It's the ILFL Soccer Night show, and as I said at the beginning, we've got loads to pack in, so let me say no more apart from it's time for the draw for the Unity Cup tournaments, which are taking place at the end of this month and spill over into the first week of April. Two tournaments. We have the Super Cup and the Legends Cup. So we're going to start the draw with the Super Cup teams. Amin and Munaf are going to do the draw for us for the Super Cup teams. The Super Cup is an open age tournament. We've got teams that are going to take part in a knockout format. The teams are about to be drawn right now. Amin, you're going to draw the first team out of the hat, I do believe.
Thank you, David. So the first team for this year's Super Cup is Abahani.
Abahani. They are the first team out to take part in round one of the Super Cup, and they will be up against
Tower Hamlets.
Tower Hamlets. Good team, holders from last season. Maybe they'll be another one of those teams that comes through to retain their title. Next one out of the hat.
West End.
West End. We've got some good teams in the Super Cup this season. No game is an easy game. Who are West End up against?
Ace.
Ace! Ooh, I'll have a little chat with them in about that one, maybe later on.
FC Bengals.
FC Bengals. I'm hearing word that that's a team to watch out for when they take the field on March 29th. They'll be up against
MK.
MK.
It's a good fixture.
The Galacticos are taking part in the Champions Cup on Wednesday at Mile End Stadium. We'll talk about that in the next section of the show.
FC Hamlets.
FC Hamlets. Another new name, but maybe some old faces there. We'll discuss that one a little later.
Against Beaumont.
Up against Beaumont.
Good fixture.
That might be a good fixture for Rashid to talk about. We'll soon see. He's here in the studio.
FC Area.
FC Area, another new side we know very little about. Well, I know very little about. Maybe you know more. They're up against
SCTA.
SCTA. Good games, good games. The next one out of the hat, tie number 6 in the first round.
London Tigers.
The London Tigers. Famous name there again to try and claim another trophy. Who are they up against?
Bromley.
Whoa. Bromley. Easy win. Good game.
Good
game. You never know who Bromley are going to see. You never know who Bromley are on the day.
Reach out.
Reach out. Like we said, some good teams. And the big teams seem to be missing each other so far in round one. Who are they up against?
Leytonstone.
Woo! Well, you drew it out of the hat there, Monaf.
Two current cup champions.
Yep, indeed.
Sire.
Sire. Not had a great league season, but maybe the Unity Cup, the Super Cup, is for them.
E7.
And they'll be up against E7, a name from a couple of seasons ago. They're going to be there this time around. That concludes the draw. I'm sorry, due to technical hitches, we can't show you the screen to show you the draws there, but I'll read them out to you now. They are Abahani v Tower Hamlets, West End versus Ace, FC Bengals v MK, FC Hamlets v Beaumont, FC Area versus SCTA, London Tigers v Bromley, Reach Out v Leytonstone, and Sire versus E7. Those are the ties for the first round of the ILFL Super Cup, taking place on the 29th of March. Like we said, it's a knockout tournament. The winners of each tie will progress to a quarter-final, and then there'll be semi-finals and final the week after April the 5th. But like we said, it's not the only tournament. taking part on that day. We have the Legends Cup, the Vets Cup, if you like. Those over 35s who want to come and kick some 11-a-side ball on the same day. They'll be divided into two groups of 4 teams. They will be taking part on the same day, and the top 2 from each group will go through to semi-finals the week after, April the 5th. Have we got all the teams ready in the cup?
Yep, all ready.
The boys are ready. So here we are. We're going to call a team for Group A and then a team for Group B and so on until we fill both groups. So let's have the first Group A team out.
You go first this time.
Sylhet FC.
Sylhet FC. I'm sure the boys to my left are going to fill me in
Yes,
on...
they were runners-up. They're known as Shabuz Bangla.
Shubus Bangla. Okay, thank you very much.
Birmingham Vets.
Birmingham Vets, a team coming a long way to do some business, I'm sure. I'm sure they're not going to come all that way for a cup of tea. Second team in Group A.
London Tigers Vets.
The Tigers Vets, the team, the holders. They're in along with Sylhet FC, and if that's the old Shubus Bangla, that could be a good little
They
game.
played the final.
It is.
Tower
indeed.
Hamlets Vets.
Tower Hamlets Vets in Group B. Let's have another Group A team.
Beaumont Masters.
Beaumont Masters. Ooh, are you liking that group, Rashid? It's all working out very
Group
well
of
for
them
you,
already,
isn't
I
it?
think.
It's looking like a stroll in the park for Rashid. Third team in Group B.
Stepney Legends.
The Stepney Legends, the team people wanted to see playing Vets football in the evenings. Now they come to take on the 11-a-side tournament. They might go one better. But they've avoided the big guns so far.
MK Galacticos.
MK Galacticos, what a group that is, that Group A. Some mouth-watering fixtures going to take place, and there's every chance a big team's going to go out of Group A. And the final team in Group B,
Weavers Vets.
the Weavers Vets. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That concludes the draw for the Legends Cup. And like I said, due to technical difficulties, we're unable to show you the 8 teams in the 2 groups. But I'll tell you, in Group A is Sylhet FC, London Tigers, Beaumont Masters and MK Galacticos. Group B are the Birmingham Vets, Tower Hamlets Vets, Stepney Legends and the Weavers Vets. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll turn to my left now and welcome both Rashid and Cameras to the studio. Rashid, I've got to start with you. Let's start with the Legends Cup. Great games.
As you said, the Group A looks very, very tough. To be honest, both groups are tough because obviously we only selected the first 8 and top 8. There were a few other teams, but because we were restricted, we had to go with 8 teams. Everyone's going to be strong. Everyone's going to give 100%. So yes, it looks difficult, but on the day, I'm sure, because the format for that is league format, you've got 3 games, so you've got a chance to obviously catch up in the second or third game. So in comparison to the Super Cup, I think Legends got the option of time to recover, but the Super Cup, wow, knockout. Old-fashioned tournament, straight. Your first, everything matters in the first game, and obviously you get quarterfinal. Just to reiterate, it's going to be 35 minutes each half. It's going to be a half one, so you've got plenty of time to get there. Registration is done 1 hour before, and the quarterfinal is going to be at 3 p.m. So you've got plenty of time, and people should be organised on the day itself.
Cameras, there are lots of new teams knocking about, and if we look at the Super Cup, there are 1 or 2. The names are there, but we may know them as someone else. The FC Bengals, FC Hamlets, FC Area as well. What do we know about these teams?
It's a new team, Dave, and I think Amin will know more about them than myself, so you might want to ask Amin that question.
Amin, you've been keeping very quiet over there. What do you want to tell us?
Yeah, well, they play in the Islington League, and they got a few teams, so it'd be interesting what team they bring out. They might get the best players from each of their teams and make it into a very strong...
We're talking about FCRI here?
Yeah, FCRI.
So they're going to give SETA a run for their money?
Well, let's see, time will tell.
Let's
There's
not
a
sit
lot
on the
of...
fence. I mean, go on.
I'll go for the home team, SETA,
Yeah, SETA in that one. E7 returning.
To be honest, Dave, all these teams are tough because what it is, because it's only 16 only teams, we had to obviously refuse a few other teams because of the number of teams we were selecting. Every team is going to be strong, and the prize money, £1,000 plus trophies. everyone wants to win that. So everyone's going to give 100%. Squad of 22, so everyone's going to make sure they have enough subs and enough people on the day. And I think it's hard to tell, because some teams like FC Bengal have been very, very successful in their leagues they play. Go West End, very successful. Hamlet's very strong. London Tigers, obviously, reach out. We've seen them, how strong they are. Leytonstone, obviously, win the cup. When it matters, they bring in the big guns, etc. So there'll be a massive, obviously, inclusion into the cup. So I think it's too early to say, because I think all 16 teams have a chance that they'll be very, very strong. So I think that's the idea behind this tournament, is bring the A game, bring your top guns, and see what you can do on the day.
It's a knockout tournament, Manaf, and I personally, I like knockout tournaments. I do like to turn up and do it on the day, regardless of who you're playing, and that's what you've got up against Reach Out. They've come up from Division 1, could arguably be playing you next season in the Premier Division. You've both won your respective cup games, cup finals last week. Mouth-watering game to start off with.
Oh, it'll definitely be a little taster, definitely.
What are you looking for out of the tournament itself? Is this an extension of what's gone with the team now, or are you looking to maybe mix it up a little bit?
No, we will mix it up. It will be a balance of you know, some of the reserve team players, some of the first team players. But I think it's what Rashid Bhai said, that it's on the day really. It's a knockout tournament, so whoever turns up on the day. I mean, I remember last season we were drawn against a lower league team, and they turned up on the day, and we didn't. We had our big guns out, and they beat us. So we were going home by within 45 minutes. But yeah, it's what's going to matter is the depth of the squad. Obviously, the games are going to be intense. The fitness, the depth of the squad. They're the two main keys. I mean, if you've got a big squad, you've got fitness, I mean, you can go probably all the way.
The boys must be hungry now. Like I said, they've had a taste of a trophy. They had a chance to celebrate, do their little lap of honour and all of that last week. They must be hungry for a little bit more now. Yeah,
the boys, you know, they're always hungry. You know, once you win one cup, we've had a really good season, to be honest, in the sense that we've won the cup, we won the ILFL Cup, and with the other league that we're in, we're sitting top of the table. So it has been a decent season, and yeah, the boys definitely, if they turn up on the day, you know, anything is possible.
Let's have a look at the Premier Division results that took place yesterday. Some interesting results there as well. You can't see the captions, so I'll just read them off to you. Starting at the top, Beaumont and Leytonstone themselves played out a 7-goal thriller, which Leytonstone edged 4 goals to 3. But that's all they could do. It was their last game of the season, and all they could do is turn up and do their best. Siren Bromley, massive game for both teams, particularly Siren. They would have wanted the 3 points, but it was a 3-all draw. And the one at the bottom we've got is West End Stepney. West End were a goal up with little time to go, and Stepney scored 2 goals to snatch the victory. 3 points to them. They now have the edge when it comes to the winners of the Premier Division. We're going to talk about that at the beginning of the 3rd segment of the show. We're going to talk about the Vets League that took part last week. We're going to talk about the fixtures to come, and we're going to talk about everything else. Still loads to do in so little time, but we'll be back after this short break.
আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night.